Almighty. We have come here, we have gathered across from the United Nations for Chodesh Nachmov, the month when our temples were destroyed around 2,000 years ago, a time of mourning for the Jewish people. And we have unfortunately come out here to mourn at a present destruction, a movement called Zionism, a movement of heretics, of evildoers who are trying to hijack the name Israel. The representatives, supposedly they say of me, the representatives they say of the Jewish people, how dare they? A movement that has come and hijacked and stolen the souls of the Jewish people from around the world and conned the world into believing that they are representing Judaism. They have come and claimed the name to the Holy Land and claimed that Palestine is theirs. But Jewish people from around the world has sent us as representatives, Jews who are Holocaust survivors, who are hidden in the bunkers by the Holocaust, Jews from Europe, from Palestine, and from around the world. We are here in front of the United Nations to declare that because we are Jews, and as Jews, we state that the Zionist state of Israel is a criminal entity, is an illegitimate entity, and that traipsing in the Holy Land and on the holy places in the Holy Land, claiming the Al-Aqsa Mosque, what they're doing to the Palestinian people, the suffering, the removal of holiness in every step that they take, the taking the spirit away from the people who wanted to serve God, the destroying of body and soul, the uprooting of the Palestinian people and the Jewish people from their homes, claiming that they have a right to rule over the Holy Land. This is all false, and Judaism refutes this. Judaism is clearly stated in our Jewish beliefs that we are forbidden to have a state since the destruction of the temple, and Jews who are true to Judaism for 2,000 years never claimed ownership, never claimed the right to sovereignty, to rule over the land. And in fact, as every Jew knows, we are forbidden to step on the Makom HaMikdash where the Holy Temple stood, where the Al-Aqsa Mosque area is. Jews are known that we do not step there. We are, God forbid, cut off from God if we go there. Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld of blessed memory, in 1929, that is even before the state of Israel was ratified by the United Nations, the great chief rabbi of the Holy Land, Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld of blessed memory, issued a statement in Arabic, in the Arab papers in the Holy Land, and I'm quoting him: "The Jews do not want in any way to take that which isn't theirs, and they certainly don't want to contest the rights of the other inhabitants to the places held by them, which they regard with honor and consider holy. And in particular, there is no foundation to the rumor that the Jews want to acquire the Temple Mount. On the contrary, from the time that because of our sins we were exiled from our land, our holy temple was destroyed and we have been lacking the purity required by the Torah. It is forbidden for any Jewish person to set foot upon the grounds of the Temple Mount until the coming of the righteous Mashiach graciously for the good of all creation and will return to us the purity required by the Torah. This was printed in Arabic in the 1929 and in the Jewish newspaper Kol Yisrael on November 22nd, 1929, in the Palestinian Bulletin on November 1929. We have the Eidei Chareidis, the God-fearing community in the Holy Land, is still standing strong and demonstrating as we are here in front of the United Nations, stating clearly that we as Jews will never give up our name. We will never contest the right to the Holy Land from the Palestinians. We cry and feel the suffering of the Palestinians. We are humiliated by what is being done to the Palestinians. I've heard from our distinguished Rabbi Beck how he went after the Second World War. He was hidden in a bunker by the Second World War, and they went up to Palestine, and how the people spoke about what happened in Deir Yassin, how they were humiliated and they were aghast for what the Zionists did. When we were living together in the same courtyards, people here are 8th generation Palestinian. We lived together in the same courtyards with the Muslims. We didn't need a human rights groups or United Nations to protect us. We lived in harmony together, as we did in every Arab and Muslim land. But the Zionists came, ignoring the will of the Jewish masses of the Holy Land, ignoring the will of our sages, our holy leaders, both from the Holy Land and from Europe. And they went and claimed that they represent the Jewish religion. And unfortunately, they were able to con the United Nations. They were able to con the world leaders that they are the voice of Judaism. We have the documents of the United Nations, where in 1947, Rabbi Dushinsky pleaded with the delegation of the United Nations, and I'm quoting him, July 16, 1947, from the United Nations documents. We furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine. Again, we furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine. 4 months later, in a communication sent to the United Nations, in their documents, I'm quoting again, November 18, 1947, by Chief Rabbi Yosef Tzvi Dushinsky of blessed memory. The Jewish Orthodox community, Eidei Chareidis of Jerusalem, comprising 60,000 souls, objects to the plea of including Jerusalem in the Jewish state or its residents becoming automatically citizens of the Jewish state. Our community demands that Jerusalem be an international zone under your protection with full autonomy, and its residents be free citizens of the international zone of Jerusalem. We beg of you not to take any action before receiving our memorandum. Chief Rabbi J.Z. Dushinsky, hear the voice of our sages, of the leaders of Judaism who are living there for hundreds of years, together in the same courtyards with our Muslim brothers. We had no conflict. Religion was not an impediment. We lived together. These Zionists, these interlopers, came from Europe. Theodor Herzl, may his name be obliterated. They came with a political movement, a nationalist movement, that ignored the words of God, that refuted that God is the Almighty. They want to transform Judaism from religion to nationalism, and totally ignore and ridicule that God said we are not to make a Jewish state. We are to wait for the Messiah when all humanity will serve God in harmony. They refute that God says that we should show compassion, that we shall not steal. They do not keep the 10 Commandments, that one shall not steal. They do not keep the Sabbath. How dare they say they represent Judaism? In the Torah it states that we must show gratitude for good us. It was the Muslim countries that took us in when we went through the Crusades and Inquisition. It was the Muslim countries that opened the doors by World War II. And it is the Muslim countries who know, the ones who are knowledgeable know that this is not Judaism. These are Zionists who are stealing our name. And they know that our brethren in the Holy Land, together with us, Jews around the world, the masses and hundreds of thousands of Jews from New York, from London, from Australia, from Montreal, the ones who are true to Judaism will never accept Zionism in the state of Israel and their occupation anywhere and their occupation of Al-Aqsa Mosque. We do not accept it. They are interlopers, they are occupiers, they are illegitimate. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Because we are Jews, we are out here. Because we are Jews, we are demanding that they should totally leave. Leave the land, leave the Holy Land. Cease and desist the occupation of the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Holy Land in its entirety. They have no right to stand there. How dare they? Besides rebelling against God, they are bringing the endless river of bloodshed and exacerbating anti-Semitism around the world. They do not cease to claim that there's not a difference between Judaism and Zionism. How dare they? We are entirely different. We are categorically different. It will never be the same. These two things, Judaism is subservient to God. Subservience to God and to accept the Almighty's rule, which is one of them, not to have a state and not to steal. Just as God is compassionate, you must be compassionate. How dare they occupy another people in the name of Judaism? Their Judaism, this transformation to this ersatz Judaism, their Judaism is nationalism without any godly morals that gives them the right to sacrifice lives on their altar, their idol of Zionism, to acquire a piece of land. How dare they? We don't want this land. We defy them. It is the diametric opposite of Judaism, the Zionism in the state of Israel. We want back our name Israel. We speak in the name of Israel. That name Israel they've defiled. We are Yisroel. They have stolen our name, but we will never relinquish our name. We tell and demand the world that they should recognize that the Zionists are thieves, that it is illegitimate, it is stolen, and that immediately the world should recognize that the representation of the Jewish people are in the synagogues around the world. Our rabbinical authority in Jerusalem, the Eid Chareidis, with the Jewish people, the God-fearing community in Mea Shearim, and the Jews in Williamsburg, where there's no Israeli flag flying. And we state that we want to relinquish entirely control over the Holy Land. It should be returned to the Palestinian people, so we can once again live in peace. We plead with everybody to pray to the Almighty for a speedy and peaceful and total dismantlement of this aberration, of this cancer to Judaism, of this impediment to peace, of this cause to bloodshed, rivers of blood, of Muslims, Arabs, Jews. We plead with the Almighty, with His compassion, that He should bring an end to this terrible tragedy, this Nakba called the Zionist state of Israel and their occupation in its entirety, so we can once again embrace our neighbors. And ultimately we plead with the Almighty that He should bring the end of this 2,000-year exile with the revelation of His glory, where all humanity will recognize the one God, We will all serve him in peace and harmony, and the Almighty will bring peace, tranquility, with his rebuilding of the temple without any humankind. That is why Jews always were able to live together with Muslims and Arabs in peace, because they never looked at us as a threat, because we know that is the Almighty himself, through a miraculous event, a metaphysical change where all humanity will serve God together, there will be a temple. But till that day comes, we are forbidden to step on the Temple Mount, and whoever steps there is cut off from God, as was the ABC of the Jewish people throughout history. That's why we never went on the Temple Mount. We demand they should leave the Temple Mount, the Zionists, and on the way they should continue walking and get off the Holy Land. Leave us alone. Leave the Jewish people alone. Leave the Palestinian people alone. They are brutally beating our brethren. Constantly brutally beating our brethren in the Holy Land. They are arresting our brethren because they refuse, at the cost of their lives, to serve in the army. My Jewish brethren, the Jewish boys and girls, let themselves be murdered. They refuse to go and serve in the army. We have many brochures. Anybody can go see. Orthodox Jews refuse to serve in the Israeli army. It's all you, for people who want to see, can see what's happening there daily. They break into homes. They beat the Jews. They pull them out of the houses. This fool, look at how at NKUSA, how Jews are being dragged out of the homes because they refuse to serve in that Israeli army. They are demonstrating there, and blood is running. We are standing here and pleading with the leaders of the world who created the United Nations. Leaders of every world country, please sit together and step out of this narrative that was told to you since 48 from Isparam. This narrative that Zionism is a Jewish state. You are conned and correct this terrible tragedy. It's not a Jewish state. It is a selfish, flawed, political, nationalist movement. Leave us Judaism. Leave us our religion that we died for 2,000 years. We are mourning 2,000 years of destruction of the temple. We're giving our lives for 2,000 years, and for 3,000 years that we made our covenant with God on Mount Sinai. Give us back our name, and God will help that there will be returned peace to the Holy Land. Give us back our name as the United Nations, that the world Jewry should be able to have their representatives, their representation as Jews to serve God. And our first demand is to give back Palestine to the Palestinians. And God help that God should bring this speedily and peacefully, and he should reveal his glory throughout the world, where all humanity will serve him in harmony soon in our days. Amen.